شر ما خلق بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. The Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, the Executive Governor of Borno State, His Excellency Professor Babagana Umara Zulum, CON. For the want of time, I would like to align myself with the established protocol. It's an honor, a privilege, and with great pleasure that I warmly welcome you all to this historic event, the official launch of the NASENI Northeast Intervention Project here in Maiduguri. On behalf of the Borno State Ministry of Agriculture and Natural Resources, I wish to sincerely thank the National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, NASENI, for this remarkable intervention and their commitment to rebuilding the Northeast through innovation and engineering. The 25-year development plan and 10-year strategic transformation initiative of His Excellency Professor Babagana Umara Zulum aligns seamlessly with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, particularly in agriculture. While the federal agenda focuses on boosting food security, creating jobs, and modernizing rural economies, the second pillar of the 25-year development plan, which is leadership in agriculture, aims to position the state as a hub for regional agricultural production and trade. Both visions recognize mechanization, value chain development, and farmer empowerment as key drivers of growth, making today's intervention not just timely, but a strong reflection of that shared national and state-level commitment to transforming agriculture for prosperity and stability. This intervention is indeed a milestone. It involves the comprehensive restoration of 375 tractors delivered as part of NASENI's support to enhance agricultural productivity and to contribute to the federal government's recovery and development efforts for the Northeast, of which Borno State is the pilot for this project. And we are deeply honored to serve as the starting point for what we believe will become a national model for asset restoration and rural transformation. Each of these 375 tractors has undergone a complete overhaul mechanically, electrically, hydraulically, and structurally, from engine transmission rebuilds to hydraulic system repairs, replacement of worn-out tires, and even upgrades to the seats and bodywork. These machines have been restored to optimal working condition. They are not just refurbished, they are reborn for a new era of service. Borno State has a rich history of revolution in agricultural mechanization that has spanned for decades. We are witnessing yet another chapter in that story today. The scale of agricultural machinery in Borno is unmatched. Across our state, we have over 6,000 machines, equipments, and implements within the agricultural sector. No other state in Nigeria matches this level of investment in mechanization and agricultural assets. The commitment of Borno State government to this project has been absolute, and the need is immense. Considering the number of agricultural assets across our state, we call on NASENI and its partners to consider Borno State in subsequent phases and other interventions for broader impact, which may include technical assistance, knowledge transfer, innovative approaches, capacity building, and many others. Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is worthy of note that tractors without the right implements cannot deliver their full value. This is why His Excellency Professor Babagana Umara Zulum graciously procured 121 units of disc plows, 180 units of disc harrows, grain threshers, rotary slashers, and 6 cubic meter diesel tankers totaling 351 units of implements and equipment, which were designed to match the capacity of the refurbished tractors which are expected to be commissioned. This timely and strategic support will ensure that our farmers are receiving a complete and functional mechanization package that will drive productivity and improve livelihoods across Borno State. In conclusion, we thank His Excellency, the Vice President of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, for setting the pace. The National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, NASENI, and its technical partner, Machine and Equipment Cooperation Africa, MECA, for this impactful collaboration. Let me also thank our esteemed distinguished invited guests for witnessing today as we mark a new beginning, one where technology meets the soil, innovation meets our people. Together we are building back Borno better. Thank you, and may God bless us all. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Bawu Musamin, for the welcome address. Your Excellency, the Vice President, Federal Republic, Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this program this afternoon is being co-mastered by two other people with me. It is now my pleasure to invite Blessing Abani, who is the head of programs of NASENI, and who will be taking the next segment of the program. They call her Zinariam Magana. Blessing, please come up.
Good morning and welcome to the live telecast on Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, Africa's largest television network. We are coming to you live from the Borno State Agricultural Mechanization Farm Center here in Maiduguri, the Borno State capital. Today, we have the honor of witnessing the launch of the National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, NASENI, Asset Restore Program. This momentous occasion is said to be performed by none other than His Excellency, the Vice President of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima. The NASENI Asset Restore Program promises to be game changer in Nigeria's scientific and engineering sector. As we await the Vice President's address, we can expect to gain valuable insight into the program's objectives, scope, and potential impact on the nation's development. Stay tuned for a compelling and informative broadcast. I am Pauline Kujevana, your guide for this event. Glad to have you join us. So far, the Borno State Commissioner for Agriculture, Engineer Bawu Musami, spoke on the current state of agriculture in Borno State, highlighting key developments, challenges, and ongoing effort to enhance agricultural productivity across the state.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Zulum, CON, the Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, distinguished guests, partners, stakeholders, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to sign on existing protocol. Good afternoon. Today is the launch of a program. It is the ignition of a national movement, a movement built on prosperity, practicality, and partnership. When we set out to design the asset restoration program at NASENI, we are not just looking at another project to tick off. We are confronting reality that all across Nigeria, from farms to security outposts, public asset worth trillions of nairas has been written off, locked away, or left to rust. Not because they were beyond repair, but because there was no clear system to bring them back to life. Well, that ends today. Our national survey revealed that Nigeria holds over 47,000 broken down but serviceable agricultural and law enforcement assets. The cost to replace them will exceed 14 trillion. But at NASENI, we ask a simple question: why replace them when we can restore them? With the right engineering, the right people, and the right partnership, we found that we can recover this asset for just 15 to 25% of their replacement value and still achieve full functionality. That is over 10 trillion naira in national savings, while reviving productivity, jobs, and security on the ground. That is the power of engineering, and that is the promise of NASENI. This program is one more step in our mission to keep innovation at the heart of governance. Whether it is through clean energy, mechatronics, or domestication of advanced technologies, NASENI is showing that Nigerian problems can have Nigerian engineered solutions. We are building local capacity, developing talent pipelines, and enabling technology transfer at scale. We are turning NASENI into a true national enabler, quietly but boldly proving the government can deliver, and that transformation is possible. No movement thrives in isolation. And let me express my deepest gratitude to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and His Excellency, the Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, for their endless support, their belief in our mission, and their constant encouragement that today we must not only think big, but act fast. To the Borno State government, especially the Governor, Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, thank you for being a trailblazer partner. Your support and leadership have helped us bring this vision to life here in Borno soil, turning your state into the first node in this national restoration network. To our implementation partner, MECA, Dr. Bogashim, thank you for being here with us and bringing global expertise, systems thinking, and the can-do spirit that perfectly matches our urgency. You have proven that we bridge public vision with private execution. Incredible things are happening. This is not the end, it's the beginning. The asset we must restore has to be maintained. The system we build must be scaled, and the culture we are creating of making things work and keeping them working must spread far beyond NASENI. I say to our ministries, departments, and agencies, let us break the cycle of waste. Let us treat every machinery, every tool, every part, not as a sunk cost, but as a strategic national asset. Let us build a Nigeria where things are made to last. In closing, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. This is not just a program. It is a movement, and every movement needs momentum, belief, and people who show up. And thank you all for showing up. Thank you for believing in NASENI. Let's build Nigeria where we have infinite possibilities. Thank you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you very much to the EVC CEO, NASENI, for that well-delivered keynote address. Without further ado, Your Excellency's very distinguished guest, I would like to invite Engineer Dr. Mohammed Yadudu, the Coordinator, Asset Restoration and Green Economy, to give us the project overview, the reason for today's gathering. Thank you.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State, Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, the Executive Vice Chairman of NASENI, the Chairman, Presidential Initiative on ICT, distinguished dignitaries, partners, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to stand on already existing protocol. It is with great pride and purpose that we welcome you all to the official launch of the NASENI National Asset Restoration Program in Maiduguri, Borno State. A bold and timely intervention that speaks not just to recovery of physical assets, but to the revival of livelihood, food security, and industrial resilience across Nigeria. In December 2024, we embarked on a historic journey through a strategic collaboration between NASENI and its technical partner, the Machine and Equipment Corporation Africa, MECA. Our goal was simple: to restore back to life idle government and private assets. In this case, government tractors that had long fallen into disuse but held immense value for our agricultural economy. From an initial inventory of 602 tractors, a careful assessment led to the identification of 375 priority and serviceable units. Each of these machines, which you see today, has undergone a full end-to-end refurbishment through our 11-step reverse engineering process, a process grounded in intelligence, technical rigor, and local ingenuity. We will see a full-size banner of this process later in the day as we commission the project. The method began with the reconstruction of maintenance histories, continued through diagnostics, prioritization, dismantling, and technical assessment, and concluded with targeted repairs, component upgrades, reassembly, and performance testing. In effect, these are not just restored tractors, they are revitalized assets upgraded to perform under modern conditions. Your Excellencies, this initiative goes beyond asset recovery. It is a strategy for national economic renewal aligned with the President's Renewed Hope agenda. For some statistics, according to the FOO data, Nigeria's agricultural sector relies heavily on manual labor, about 89%, with animal power standing at 10% and mechanization at just 1%. So the introduction of these 375 refurbished tractors will significantly increase mechanization levels and tractor density in Borno State. This project is projected to cultivate over 500,000 hectares of land, directly benefiting more than 5 million farmers. And beyond boosting productivity, it positions Borno as a model for agricultural resilience and climate food security. In Nigeria, agriculture remains the largest employer of labor, and yet, like I said, mechanization, a critical enabler of agricultural productivity, has remained largely out of reach for many smallholder farmers. These 375 tractors are projected to create an excess of 20,000 direct and indirect jobs. And these jobs are in tractor operations, field services, mechanical repairs, parts supply, logistics, and most importantly, in the farming activities these tractors will now support. In fact, the initiative demonstrates how we can connect security. The 20,000 opportunities for youth empowerment, for income generation, and for a reduction in root causes of insecurity that often stem from unemployment and disempowerment. In fact, this initiative demonstrates how we can connect security with economic development by investing in productive assets that put people back to work and food back onto the tables. The intervention will also save the government billions of naira, as mentioned by the EVC, in capital flight. As today's exchange rate, importing new tractors of this quantity and quality and grade would have been economically burdensome. Your Excellency, with your continued support, this program will not only revive idle government investments, it will rebuild livelihoods, restore dignity, and accelerate national development in a sustainable and inclusive way.
As we commission these tractors today, we also reaffirm a vision that no broken asset in Nigeria should go to waste, and that no community should be left behind in our national drive for economic transformation and food security. In conclusion, I would like to commend the Executive Vice Chairman of NASENI for his visionary leadership and foresight in conceiving this revolutionary idea and project. On behalf of NASENI, I thank the government of Borno State, our partners at Mecca, and every technician and engineer who made this day possible. Thank you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you, Dr. Mohamed Yadudu. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the last this afternoon is my brother, very versatile master of ceremony. I'd like to invite Mohamed Alpha to kindly come up to introduce the next item. Mohamed Alpha, please.
Thank you very much, my brother. Your Excellency, the Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria.
NASENI is on a mission to reshape Nigeria's future, where everything lasts. This intervention is a tangible step towards rebuilding livelihoods, enhancing food systems, and revitalizing rural economies through innovative, homegrown engineering solutions.
Is so lucky to have the Vice President of Nigeria from Borno, and we have in place an amazingly workaholic governor in the state. And in view of the fact that agriculture is about the mainstay of Borno's economy, we have a Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, a son of Borno. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to invite our own, the Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, distinguished Senator Abubakar Kari, CON, to deliver his address. Let's put our hands together for him, please.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, CON, MNI, FNSC, FNIAE. The State Chairman of the ruling party, APC, and the State Executive Council of the party, members of the National Assembly here present, the Right Honorable Speaker and members of the Borno State House of Assembly, the Executive Vice Chairman of NASENI and his team, the Chairman Yadudu, Dr. Dahiru Mohammed, and also of Mecca, Dr. Gashimbaki, the Secretary to the State Government, the Head of Service, the Acting Chief of Staff, members of Borno State Executive Council, Federal Commissioners here present, Special Advisors, Senior Special Assistants, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Today in Maiduguri, we mark the beginning of a new chapter in Nigeria's national renewal, a chapter driven by resolve, vision, and the promise of restored potential. The official launch of the National Asset Restoration Program marks a defining moment in our effort to bring productivity back to the core of public service delivery across sectors. The National Asset Restoration Program is a cross-cutting effort led by the National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, NASENI. It aims to rehabilitate, optimize, and return government-owned equipment, infrastructure, and technologies to full working condition, whether agricultural, industrial, or technological. It is about reviving hope, reducing waste, unlocking dormant capacity, and ensuring that our public investments truly serve the needs of our citizens. For example, out of over 55,000 tractors estimated across the country, fewer than 10,000 remain operational. That is just one illustration of how underutilized assets continue to cost us opportunities for growth. This strategic focus on restoration rather than replacement is fully aligned with the renewed hope agenda of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, who also serves as the chairman of the governing board of NASENI. It is under his leadership that this bold national redirection has taken shape. Mr. President has made it clear that real progress is not measured solely by new acquisitions, but by how effectively we renew and repurpose what we already own. His commitment to productivity, reform, and efficient governance forms the foundation of this program. Building on this vision is the leadership of NASENI's Executive Vice Chairman and Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Khalil Suleiman Halilu, a technology expert with entrepreneurial energy and a results-driven mindset. He has repositioned NASENI as a platform for indigenous innovation and strategic recovery. From promoting scalable engineering solutions to championing youth-focused technology transfer, his approach is both pragmatic and visionary. It is no accident that we begin this national program in Borno State. This state represents resilience, potential, and the will to rebuild. With over 1.6 million hectares of arable land and more than 330,000 hectares of lowland Fadama terrain, Borno is not only agriculturally strategic, but regionally important. From the Sahel to the Lake Chad Basin, the state supports a wide range of crops, millet, sorghum, cowpea, sesame, maize, and rice, and plays a key role in livestock trade across West and Central Africa. This potential, of course, is being realized through the purposeful and visionary leadership of His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Umara Zulum. His administration has delivered remarkable achievements not only in agriculture, but also in infrastructure, healthcare, education, housing, and security. He has expanded school infrastructure, improved primary healthcare services, constructed resettlement homes, and reinforced local security frameworks to enable displaced communities to return and rebuild. Through this multidimensional approach, Governor Zulum is restoring not just systems, but the confidence and dignity of communities across Borno State. I must also honor the farmers of Borno State. They have endured more than a decade of hardship, from insurgency to displacement, yet they have never abandoned the land. They remain the silent strength behind our recovery. Their resilience speaks to the soul of our country. As security improves and communities return to their fields, it is our collective duty to support them with more than words, with tools, with training, and with systems that work. When you empower a farmer, you secure a family. When you protect a farm, you protect the future. In this broader program of asset recovery and restoration of rural livelihoods must be seen as a national imperative. The National Asset Restoration Program stands as a symbol of that commitment. It reminds us that rebuilding a nation is not just about constructing new things, but about reviving what has been broken, neglected, or left behind. It restores both infrastructure and dignity. It is no coincidence that this program launches under the distinguished guidance of His Excellency, the Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, a son of the soil, and one of Nigeria's most steadfast advocates for inclusive development. As governor, he laid the foundation for post-conflict reconstruction and agricultural resilience in Borno State. As vice president, he is now guiding the national vision of rural revitalization and food security, principles that find expression in today's milestone. The National Asset Restoration Program is more than a technical initiative. It is a powerful symbol of the future we are determined to build. A future where we do not abandon what we have built, but breathe new life into it. For the people it was built to serve, let us treat every restored machine as an investment, and every empowered Nigerian a steward of the new Nigeria we are committed to building. May the Almighty Allah continue to guide and bless our Vice President and our Executive Governor. May Allah bless the good people of Borno State. May Allah bless Nigeria as a whole. Thank you and God bless. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Food.
The Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, there, praising the unwavering resilience and determination of farmers in Borno State, describing them as symbol of hope and recovery in the face of security challenges in the state.
Invite the man who has become the standard bearer of inclusive and comprehensive development in Nigeria. I'm talking of no less a personality, but the Executive Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Umara Zulum, CONMNI, fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers, FSPS, fellow Nigerian Institution of Agricultural Engineers, to deliver his address. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor.
No, this is more central. No, it's okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. His Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima. My brother, the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, members of the National Assembly, Speaker of the Borno State House of Assembly, Deputy Speaker of Borno State House of Assembly, and other members of the Borno State House of Assembly, Chief Executive Officer NASENI, Mr. Khalil Halilu, the Managing Director, Niger Delta Power Company, Engineer Jennifer Agidije, the Director General of the Federal Radio Corporation, Dr. Mohammed Bulama, the Secretary to the Borno State Government, Head of Service, Acting Chief of Staff, Federal Commissioner, National Population Commission, Federal Commissioner, Public Complaint Commission, members of the Borno State Executive Council, special advisors, senior special assistants, permanent secretaries, founder of Group Executive Officer Maker, Dr. I.B. Gashambaki, Chief Executives of Boards and Parastatals, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen of the press, Assalamu alaikum. Let me use this opportunity to first and foremost bring to the kind notice of this gathering that these tractors were procured by my predecessor, Senator Kashim Shettima, when he was the Executive Governor of Borno State. He procured 1,000 tractors alongside with their implements. He did not stop in procuring 1,000 tractors, but he also procured 250 units of groundnut diggers, fertilizer broadcasters, rotovators and balers, and 25 units of combined harvesters. In addition to this, he procured 10,000 numbers of 500 square meter drip irrigation kits, covering a total area of about 996 hectares. Furthermore, he procured 1 hectare capacity, 100 number drip irrigation kits, 100 numbers of 200 square meter greenhouse nets. However, as a result of the insurgency, these assets were not being fully utilized during his tenure. And we inherited all these assets from him. When we took over the mantle of leadership as the executive governor of Borno State, we couldn't do much. And unfortunately, during the last year's flooding, these structures were submerged in water. And today, it is my singular honor and privilege to address this gathering on the occasion of the launching of the National Asset Restoration Program, aimed at recovering the government assets. That man is none other than my predecessor and our current Vice President, His Excellency Senator Kashim Shettima. At a time when it could have been politically safe to focus only on short-term interventions, he chose instead to make a long-term investment in the future of our people. His investment is the single largest agricultural machinery investment not only in Borno State but also in Nigeria. His training as an agricultural economist shone through every policy and decision, and today that foresight is what has brought us here. The National Asset Restoration Program we are launching will not have been possible without that foundational investment. It is not just a moment of celebration. It is a powerful testimony to the importance of continuity in leadership. Mechanization remains the heartbeat of modern agriculture. According to FAO's recommended tractor density of 1.5 horsepower per hectare, Nigeria requires a minimum of 750,000 functional tractors to meet its agricultural needs. Yet less than 10% of that number are currently operational across the country. Here in Borno, our mechanization drive has faced serious setbacks, especially following the devastating floods of September last year, which damaged a significant number of agricultural machines. That is why today's intervention could not have come at a better time. The decision by NASENI to select Borno as the pilot state for the National Asset Restoration Program is both strategic and timely. It offers us a lifeline to revive damaged assets and restore the capacity of our farmers to cultivate efficiently. Through the tireless efforts of NASENI and its technical partner, MECA, these machines are being brought back to life at zero cost to the government and people of Borno State. This is very important. And we appreciate their commitment to making this vision a reality. As a government, we are fully committed to ensuring that these restored assets are properly maintained and put to optimal use. We are putting in place a sustainable maintenance framework that promotes accountability, encourages local ownership, and ensures long-term functionality. Our approach will guarantee that these machines remain active contributors to agricultural transformation across all our local government areas, serving as a reliable backbone for mechanized farming in Borno State. For us here in Borno, agriculture is not just a sector, it is a lifeline. Our administration has prioritized agricultural development not only as an economic strategy, but also as a post-conflict recovery tool. Through our various programs, we have empowered returnees, internally displaced persons, IDPs, and host communities with access to farmland, inputs, and irrigation mechanization. We have made significant investment in rural development and agricultural extension services, all geared towards creating jobs, improving food security, and restoring dignity to communities affected by years of insurgency. Let me use this opportunity to commend our own, the Minister for Agriculture and Food Security, for his continued support to the people of Borno State. During last year's flooding, people and government of Borno State received not less than 200 trucks of assorted food items. And I want to commend him for these strides. Furthermore, we have received tons of fertilizers as well as water pumps. And this has ensured increase in our own agricultural production. As I conclude, let me use this opportunity to express my sincere appreciation to the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for his support to the government and people of Borno State. Permit me to once again express my deepest appreciation to His Excellency Senator Kashim Shettima for nearly 15 years of unbroken service to the agricultural sector and its people. First as a commissioner, then as a governor, as a senator, and now as a vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. His footprints are bold, lasting, and visionary. I also wish to thank the leadership of NASENI, especially Khalil Suleiman Halilu, for choosing Borno State as the pilot state for this important national project. I'm also aware of the zonal office that NASENI is currently constructing in Borno State. In addition to the vocational training center that NASENI is currently constructing in Borno State, on behalf of the government and people of Borno State, we remain eternally grateful to our leadership and indeed to the entire NASENI family. Your choice is not just a wise one. It is a recognition of people's strength, our government's commitment, and our state readiness to lead. May this project mark a new beginning for mechanized farming in Borno State and bring growth, peace, and prosperity to the Northeast and the entire country. While acknowledging the tremendous support from NASENI, like Oliver Twist, we also want to partner with NASENI in order to restore some of our heavy machinery, like bulldozers, graders, amongst others. Thank you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Assalamu alaikum.
Borno State Governor Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, who paid glowing tribute to his predecessor and current Vice President of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, for laying a solid foundation for agricultural development in the state through the procurement of tractors and farm machinery during his tenure as governor. He also assured that Borno State government is fully committed to maintaining tractors and other agricultural machines to ensure their longevity and effectiveness.
Which we are now doing this program is not so clement. We have decided that the vote of thanks will be taken before the Vice President delivers his address, reason being that after the vote of thanks, the Vice President will deliver his address, and the closing prayers will be taken, the national anthem will be taken, group photograph will also be taken before His Excellency the Vice President proceeds to cut the ribbon and launch the National Asset Recovery Program, after which he will proceed to launch the second phase of the program here, from where he and his entourage are expected to depart. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, respectfully, at this point, I will beckon on Dr. Dahir Mohammed, Chairman, Presidential Implementation Committee on Technical Transfer and Special Advisor, Intergovernmental Affairs and International Relations, to the Executive Vice Chairman and CEO of NASENI, to please step forward and give us the vote of thanks.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. On behalf of the NASENI family, I wish to use this opportunity to thank everyone that has come to witness this historic occasion with us. First and foremost, I want to extend our deepest appreciation to His Excellency, Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, our eminent guest of honor. Your presence today, sir, underscore your unwavering commitment to the development of Borno State and the nation as a whole. As a son of the soil and a champion of progress, your support for NASENI and other activities across the country, particularly this project, inspires us to be grateful to your visionary leadership and support all the time. I want to use this opportunity also to thank the Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, who has always been with us in every step we have taken so far in this project. Your commitment has shown that you have the people of Borno State at heart and also the country as a whole in your own view. So we thank you so much, and may God bless everyone that has witnessed this occasion today, especially our National Assembly members, my dear friend and elder brother, the Minister of Agriculture, who has always been supportive to our initiative, all the commissioners, the House of Assembly members, the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker. We really appreciate your support and your efforts in making sure that this program comes to a conclusion. And this is the beginning of our relationship with Borno State. Like His Excellency said, we have so many other projects coming up in the state, and we'll continue to work with you. We'll continue to be with you in everything you do, especially in terms of providing succor to Nigerians through the agricultural revolutionary agenda of Mr. President. Thank you very much, and may God bless you all.
Thank you very much to the Chairman PICTT for that vote of thanks. Your Excellencies, just as a kind reminder, I have the privilege of introducing His Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. When he comes for his speech, he's going to go back and sit down. We'll have the closing prayers and the remarks. Very distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please give a resounding applause for the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON. Thank you.
Please kindly sit down, please. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, MNI, FNSE, MNIAE, member representing Magumeri Kaga Gubio Federal Constituency, Honorable Usman Ali Zanna, the member representing Maiduguri Metropolis, Honorable Abdul Qadir Rahis, member representing Ganzai Marte Monguno Federal Constituency, Engineer Bukar Telba, the Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, CON, the Speaker, Borno State House of Assembly, Honorable Abdul Karim Lawan, and other esteemed members of the House of Assembly present here, the Chairman of the largest party in Africa, and the leadership of the APC. And I would like to weaponize the Secretary to the Borno State Government, Right Honorable Bukar Tijani, to recognize and appreciate all members of the Borno State Executive Council, special advisors, senior special assistants, and other members of the Borno State Government. He was born on 29th October 1990. That makes him a millennial. He became the Chief Executive Officer of NASENI in 2023 when he was barely 32 years old. But he has shown leadership. He has shown drive. He has shown commitment.
he has shown that the young shall grow. The Millennial Executive Vice Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of NASENI, Malam Khalil Suleiman Aliu. Another millennial, the Managing Director of Niger Delta Power Holding Company, who is also doing very well in her port, Engineer Jennifer Agidije. Heads of security and military agencies present here. And I want to single out for special recognition the former Deputy Governor of Borno State, Alhaji Ali Abubakar Jato. Elder statesman Barrister Isa Buratai, National Commissioner for NPC, Alhaji Yusuf Adamu, the National Commissioner for Public Complaints Commission, the DG of FRCN, Dr. Mohammed Blama, and the Executive Director of Engineering Services, NPA, Engineer Ibrahim Abba Umar. And of course, my very good friend, Alhaji Abdul Qadir Kadei Usman, representing Northeast Development Commission. These are all sons of Borno who are occupying peril positions. And it's politics, as Steve O'Neill said, is local, it's all local. If you want to be here, if you want to represent Borno at the center, you should show your passion and commitment at the grassroots level. Don't ever expect the governor of Borno and I to support anyone to represent us at the center if your interest lies elsewhere. If you only visit Borno once in the blue moon, so don't expect our support. I want to thank you. And of course, our elder statesman. I was already doing my master's degree when Khalil was born. But when Baba Inu Akubo was born, he belongs to the silent generation. Not even the baby boomers, but the silent generation. He got his PhD at the age of 84. So it's a remarkable achievement, and I think we should commend him for his giant strides. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, for so long we have been profiled as a nation with poor maintenance culture. This dysfunction cut across both the private and public sectors, and we owe it to ourselves to say, enough is enough. Enough of investing our scarce resources in ideas and projects that get abandoned halfway through. Enough of allowing our critical assets to lie in waste while we budget year after year for the problems they were procured to solve. This is why I'm excited about the purpose of this gathering. This initiative, NASENI Asset Restoration Program, is a response to our cross-generational dilemma about what to do with abandoned and poorly maintained assets of the nation, of the people. It's a powerful shift in how we think about value, sustainability, and innovation. And I believe that's what we have promised the nation. The data at our disposal shows that Nigeria currently holds over 26,000 units of broken down but serviceable heavy-duty equipment and nearly 500,000 component scraps that can be restored or repurposed. This contrasts with the stark reality that we have only 7,000 to 12,000 functional tractors in a country that needs 2.4 million tractor units to meet output production goals over the next decade. These figures are a reminder of what must be done, a reason to have a national inventory of value waiting to be unlocked. So we must commend NASENI through this asset restoration program for stepping forward with this brilliant promise, with these brilliant ideas to mitigate a national tragedy. Beyond this promise to refurbish hardware, NASENI has shown a great capacity to serve as a national nerve center for technology transfer, homegrown engineering, and adaptive innovation. This is why we must support them. We have seen NASENI at work, playing critical roles in our interventions in compressed natural gas, CNG retrofitting, renewable energy technologies, and agricultural mechanization. We are reminded more than ever that we can't create durable Nigerian solutions to Nigerian problems unless we localize global technologies, and relevant agencies must be supported to point us towards a stable nation and a promising future. The Asset Restoration Program fits squarely within the broader vision of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration to build a productive, self-reliant and diversified economy. Our goal, therefore, is to ease this transition to expand the potential and productivity of Nigeria's agricultural, industrial, and creative sectors through smart investments in infrastructure, skills, and innovation. The Executive Chairman of NASENI, Mr. Khalil Suleiman Halilu, has shown both vision and agency in our collective quest for solutions. The direction NASENI is headed is one driven by action, impact, innovation, and awareness of what the nation needs. It takes clarity of purpose to embark on a mission such as this. But my greatest recommendation is reserved for the governor of Borno State, who has shown the zeal, the passion, and the commitment to provide leadership to the state in critical times. And the Borno template of a relationship between a successor and predecessor has become a reference point in our national political discourse. But essentially, the strength of my relationship with the governor, greater credit should go to him for his maturity and for his magnanimity. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this initiative can't succeed without the public. You are the other half of the work, because if we restore these vital assets, we must all protect them. These machines, these tools, and these technologies are the property of each of you, of each Nigerian. It's your collective national inheritance. Thank you, and may God bless us all.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The Vice President of Nigeria there, making on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's vision for a productive Nigeria, and is saying it's no longer a policy on paper. It is a reality taking root right here in Maiduguri, the capital city of Borno State. Through the strategic effort of the National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, NASENI, we are witnessing the renewed hope agenda in full motion. In what can be described as a technical turnaround, NASENI is launching a groundbreaking agri-intervention in Borno State, an initiative designed to empower farmers and engineer a revival of a national agricultural systems. This intervention marks a step in shifting Nigeria from dependency to self-sufficiency and from crisis to productivity.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin, Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in, Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim, siratal ladzina an'amta alayhim, ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Qul a'udhu birabbil falaq, min sharri ma halaq, wa min sharri ghasidin idha waqab, wa min sharri nafasati fil 'uqad, wa min sharri hasidin idha hasad. Qul a'udhu birabbin nas, malikin nas, ilahin nas, min sharri al-waswasil khannas, alladhi yuwaswisu fi sudurin nas. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. Amin al-Fatiha.
Thank you. Shall we now rise as we take the national anthem of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? Truth and justice reign in peace about you honor, and this we can't as give to hand unto our children a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant this one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed. And so with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed. Amen. May I now invite the Vice President, accompanied by His Excellency the Executive Governor and members of the front row, first to go to the point where the commissioning will be done, after which the group photograph will be taken there. Photographers, please take note. And it is after that group photograph that will come over to the second point.
Your Excellencies, very distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has just made his way to the gates through of revival of economic growth for our dear country, Nigeria. The launch, ribbon cutting of this historic event, the revitalization, restoration, reviving of moribund tractor project under the National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, spearheaded by the young man who is doing the work, Mr. Khalil Suleiman Halilu. He's with them. They carry the two of us. Oh, yes, I'm with you, sir. The significance of today's event is a call.
Fully funded, supervised and executed by NASENI, the project is being implemented in collaboration with the agency's technical partner, Machine and Equipment Corporation Africa Limited, MACA, aims to make a meaningful contribution to the federal government's broader recovery and development agenda. Any moment from now, the Vice President Kashim Shettima will officially launch the project and will be supported by His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, the Executive Vice Chairman, CEO of NASENI, Khalil Suleiman Halilu, the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kari, and other dignitaries. You may wish to know that available data reveals that Nigeria has an estimated 55,000 broken down tractors, while only about 7 to 10,000 remain functional. The National Tractor Restoration Project under the National Asset Restoration Programme involves the comprehensive refurbishment of multiple tractors across Borno and beyond for immediate deployment across farming communities. This initiative, no doubt, is designed to strengthen mechanized farming and improve agricultural productivity. Each tractor here has undergone complete rehabilitation, covering mechanical, electrical, hydraulic, and structural components, making them ready for use in farming communities across Borno State.
Agriculture and other very distinguished stakeholders here today. As we move on to another segment of today's event, the launch. And of course, I blend, following closely to ensure that it's smooth. And all distinguished participants of today's event, we say thank you from NASENI. Thank you, Maiduguri. Thank you, Borno. Thank you, the Northeast. Thank you, Nigeria. Revival and restoration has begun. Thank you.
Yes, we have witnessed the official launch of the NASENI Asset Restore Program, performed by His Excellency, the Vice President of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, here at the Borno State Agricultural Mechanization Farm Center in Maiduguri. Up next, the Vice President will carry out a symbolic test run of one of the tractors. Is there supervising the tractors and other farming inputs in the mechanization center right here at Farm Center, Maiduguri. As the governor earlier said, these machines were originally procured during the tenure of the Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, as governor of Borno State, and have now been refurbished. Of course, no doubt, it is a step in advancing science, engineering, and infrastructure, as well as a bold move towards revitalizing key assets for agricultural and industrial productivity. All right, and with that, we come to the end of this